downsides to the AEC?
The downside is that we are not that secure on ourselves, and we are still like in the standardization of education. I think that's the whole.
Not secure in what sense?
The level of education in countries are not the same, and also the education level in the ASEAN countries, let's say in Indonesia, the level of education is still a problem. I think also in the other small countries, you know, and I think it is influence the whole development or the whole progress, you know, because we still lack of that. But on the other hand, if you're talking now about professionals, you know, we already have that MRA in the service sectors that like we can move nurses, dentists, architects, you know.
Just now you talk about how the AEC will make ASEAN a sizable force on the international arena. But what about in ASEAN itself? Would each member country actually benefit the same from this AEC?
It should have. Because I think if let's say the strength of these countries is in SMEs, you know. So if we are strong there, for sure the movement of the economy will go through that level. But then because it creates a development in the economy, then big companies will then come out. And it will give the opportunities for the countries there, especially when there is the logistics, the infrastructure logistic is there, the connectivity, the movement, you know, of goods, people, and services. I think it will benefit everybody here in these countries.
Would problems like brain drain, moving from one country to another ASEAN country happen, immigration, people move to a better economic zone in ASEAN region, would something like that happen?
Yeah, for sure. This is one of the possibility or negative sides. But if we all have on the same standards, you know, it just the movement will not create a negative impact. You know, like the professionals movement. You know, they're saying it's only, you know, like nurses. It's only in Indonesian. You know. Filipinos, you know, they go out of their countries, and also from Thai, go out of countries, they don't stay in their country. But actually, if they can move along intra ASEAN, it will help. Because
but it would help the countries that they would want to go to, but not the countries that they leave from.
Yeah, but again, I see that if this is something that you have to change your mindset, that why don't you want, I always say to my friends in Indonesia, why don't you want to give you, as a doctor, let's say, or a nurse, why don't you want to go to Myanmar or to Cambodia? Opportunity is there, you know, because they still need doctors, they still need nurses, you know.
Maybe they want to go to Singapore or Thailand, medical hub, better pay.
Yeah, that's why they say they better pay, you know. But we say, but the challenge, the chances is there. You know, I mean, you cannot go directly only into the. You're talking about wealth, you know, but there should be a new mindset that if we are in this country, we are moved in these countries, you know, we can do it.
How do you think the AEC will help the less developed countries in ASEAN?
Yeah, it goes that I say, you know, the movement of the economy, investment. You know, the big companies in the big ASEAN countries should start investing in these small countries rather than investing like in Uzbekistan or in Kazakhstan, you know, or outside the ASEAN. Like, why don't we, like the Thais, the Indonesian or the Singaporean, invest in oil and gas or in mining in Myanmar or in Cambodia, you know? And why don't we invest in the development of property in these countries?
How do you think all countries, ASEAN countries, I mean, would actually react to the AEC? Would we see things like non-tariff barriers popping up?
It's already there. The non-tariff barriers is already there. Actually, now is already the 0 to 5% tariffs. You know, actually, this is a good. The conditions is already good here. It's just a matter that we are not using it. We don't maximize it. You know, so that's why we still have that problem.
What about the problem of non-tariff barriers? Because in the future we would have zero tax.
Zero tariff.
That's the ideal situation, right? So if we don't have those taxes, I'm pretty sure a lot of countries, for certain industries in their own countries that they want to protect.
They want to protect.
NBT, non-tariff barriers would pop up.
Yeah, this is something that's still, it's a matter of competitiveness, matter of that, you know. And I think we have to be, again, we have to be aware. We have to sacrifice here and there about what we really want to do, but we have to do it, you know.
What's the general perception of the private sector towards the AEC?
There's still a lot of skepticism.